Ladies and gentlemen, my relationship with Ring of Honor is an on and off situation. Whenever I would watch Ring of Honor, I would only watch it for a couple of weeks and look at the amazing matches that have been held for Ring of Honor. You know, like Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness, Jay Lethal versus Adam Cole, whatever happened in this card right now. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff that I've been watching when I watch Ring of Honor, but I can never get hooked in Ring of Honor. But I'm not gonna lie, after watching this show, that might change, because right now I'm gonna review AEW presents Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor 2022. What an amazing pay-per-view from top to bottom. This is probably the best pay-per-view I've seen next to WrestleMania, and we're barely halfway through the year, so you can already tell how high I am with this Ring of Honor reboot or retribution that's been happening right now. So right now, let's just get through the matches and start reviewing it. You know, I just finished watching the pay-per-view. I had to record it really late because it was my grandma's birthday, and as much as I love wrestling and as much as it was amazing, I ain't gonna miss my grandma's birthday. So let's start it off with the first match. By the way, I'm not gonna talk about the pre-shows. I can't talk about it because I only saw snippets, like Colt Cabana winning his match, Willow Nightingale winning her match. Also, Prince Nana has returned, which shocked me the hell. I thought he retired like years ago, but he's back. It seems that he has bought Tully Blanchard Enterprises. I don't know what's happening with Tully Blanchard. Maybe he retired or is taking a backstage role. I don't know. It seems he's gone, and now Prince Nana is the manager, which is probably for the best because Tully Blanchard isn't really that good as a manager. Prince Nana can talk. He is one of the most underrated managers of the 2000s. If you watch him in, Ring of Honor with Jimmy Rave, you know how good he is. So let's start off with the first match. Jonathan Gresham versus Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Already we're starting off with a banger. This match was technically sound and amazing. I saw this tweet that Jordan Grace made, or I guess blog, that she talks about how people don't take Jonathan Gresham seriously because of his size, and as a short king myself, I have to agree. But this match proves that he can hang with the big boys, and Claudio is like 6'5", 6'4", so he's a pretty big guy. And this match was amazing from top to bottom. Jonathan Gresham was going for the knee, Claudio was going for his body to make sure he tries to basically make Jonathan Gresham as tired as he can, capitalize him. Since Tully Blanchard, I guess, got fired or got bought out, Prince Nana came out with Jonathan Gresham. Actually, later on in the match, he just arrived. We got William Regal on commentary. Priest Coleman and Iya Riccoboni are an amazing duo. I love them. They're probably the best, color commentating announcers out there right now. Because I'm not gonna lie, the WWE ring announcers, they're kind of stale and feel robotic, while the AEW ones feel kind of like too wild. And I'm not just talking about Jim Ross, I'm talking about Excalibur and Tony Schiavone as well. These guys are the perfect balance of structured and hype. When something cool happens, they hype it up, but if it's just your standard regular match, they talk about the match, talk about the history, talk about the opponents and all this good stuff. So they're amazing. But again, going back to the match, this match was amazing. Claudio Castagnoli was able to get the W by hitting the Ricola bomb on Jonathan Gresham. So yes, Claudio is your new Ring of Honor World Champion. This is amazing. I feel like if you're gonna make Ring of Honor its own show, having Claudio as the face of Ring of Honor is a great thing. And this isn't taking anything away to Jonathan Gresham, because he's an amazing wrestler, but he doesn't have the promo ability yet. He's a little, just not ready yet. But Claudio, he's, been ready since 2014. Remember when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, and Vince McMahon said, well, nobody can understand him, so that's why I'm not giving him a push. Well, now you can see why you should have deserved a push, Vince, because this guy can take the company into, a good, safe, prosperous place that Ring of Honor hasn't, been because of money problems and problems with Sinclair Broadcasting. And now either they're going to TNT, TBS, some other network, they're gonna be prosperous. And with Claudio Castagnoli as the leader, as the face of the company, that's amazing. So Claudio is your new Ring of Honor World Champ. Amazing. After that, we get a promo with Daniel Garcia saying that he honestly doesn't want to be Ring of Honor Pure Champion, and the only reason he's doing it is because he wants to shove it in Wheeler Yuta's face, and if he wins it in the next Dynamite, he's going to bring it to Dynamite and break it. So he's going to destroy the belt. So this kind of makes it a bigger stakes for Wheeler Yuta, not just trying to fight one-on-one with Daniel Garcia to see who's better, but also to protect the lineage of the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. But before going to that match, we have Dalton Castle and the boys taking on the Righteous, which is Vincent, Bateman, Dutch, and Vita Von Star. You know what I'm saying? You know, Roman's got the same idea. So the match was alright. Dalton Castle, I've seen a little bit of his stuff. I could see why people like him. The boys, I haven't seen that much of. I've seen a little bit of Vincent. That's only because there's this channel called Wrestling Top 10, and there he was discussing CYN, aka Control Your Narrative, and Vincent was a part of it. So that's where I was able to get a little bit of information on him. I think he's also an Impact after the Ring of Honor closed, the original. So this match was pretty good. It was a standard good match. It got over Dalton Castle and the boys. I feel like if Ring of Honor is gonna get a TV show, having characters like Dalton Castle and the boys wouldn't really hurt of it, because in a way they're still like comedy based and comedic, kind of like Orange Cassidy, but it doesn't go too far where it's like, okay, this is clearly fake and what the hell am I watching, you know? Dalton Castle is just a little bit eccentric, and the boys, you know, they're a little bit weird because they're the boys. I remember this cool part where Caprice Coleman was saying, well, you know, they're not called the boys anymore, they have their names, you know, Brandon and Brett. And Ian Riccoboni's like, you know, no shade to the boys, but I'm not gonna remember that. Thought that was pretty hilarious. And Dalton Castle was able to get the W for the boys and the group after hitting Vincent with the banger ring. So we have new Ring of Honor 6-man tag champs, as Dalton Castle and the boys were able to get the W. So I don't know if they're a part of Ring of Honor. It's still not known. I know they did a media scrum, so it could be that they were able to get signed, but again, I don't know. New tag champs. After that, we go to a little promo as Jay Lethal talks about the Indians wearing white and says that the only reason they wear white is when someone's going to die or someone's dead, and that's going to be Samoa Joe. Then we go into the match, the Pure Championship on the line, as Wheeler Yuta takes on Daniel Garcia in Pure Wrestling rules. As someone who hasn't watched as many Pure Wrestling matches, I thought this was interesting because these guys aren't typical, but at the same time, Ian Riccoboni and Caprice Coleman were saying, you know, each Pure match is different. It depends on the person's attitude. And you could really tell because Wheeler Yuta, when he was put on, like, you know, really horrible hold, and I don't mean horrible like it was badly placed, I mean like rough, he never wanted to go and get the rope break because there's only a minimum of 3. Daniel Garcia, on the other hand, is ruthless. He has no remorse. He's grimy. He's vicious. And he's just trying to hurt Wheeler Yuta, and he's going to do it at any cost. Wheeler Yuta is able to get the W after going for the roll-up special that he did this episode of Dynamite, which you should definitely watch. But yeah, Wheeler Yuta is able to get the W. The Blackpool Combat Club is taking nothing but W's this, you know, just this month, ever since, you know, Claudio has arrived. So, and Bryan Danielson is coming, by the way, so good for him. He's gonna fight Daniel Garcia, so another loss for Daniel Garcia. It sucks. I swear, if Daniel Garcia wins that match, just because Bryan Danielson has left, doesn't mean you're gonna have to build him. You need to build him up before he beats Bryan Danielson. And the only reason I'm saying that is because Tony Khan would possibly book that just to put Daniel Garcia over. But again, a great match. You know, you got some of the judges there, so just in case time runs out, they're able to give out who was the best, you know, technical wrestler, and following the Pure rules would have won that match. But Wheeler Yuta was able to get the W. After that, we get Dragon Lee versus Rush. This was an amazing match. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen that much of Rush or Dragon Lee. Oh, never mind, I did see a little bit of Rush in that Rampage, or was it Dynamite? I don't know, but I did see a little bit of him. This match was really good. This was amazing. This match was amazing. This is like top 3 match, you know? This match was amazing. They are brothers, so I think that's why they were able to make it interesting and amazing. Rush was the most dominant one. So he was just throwing his brother like a ragdoll. Not Darby Allin, Brody King ragdoll, but he was throwing his brother around with suplexes and all this stuff. And he was able to hit the W after cheating with Jose the assistant in his corner, hitting the bull horns for the W. This match was amazing. And just to get it out of the way, it seems Rush is now going to face AEW Interim World Champion Jon Moxley for a chance at the title. I don't know if it's like those championship eliminators where if they do beat Jon Moxley, he gets a shot at the title, or I don't know if it's for the title. I forgot about it, sorry. But yeah, Rush has been being built up. He hasn't lost 10 matches, you know, he's in that 10 match streak. So we'll see how it goes. After that, we get the women's title on the line as Serenade takes on Mercedes Martinez. These women don't have that much of a personality base, but they are known for their technical and badass wrestling ways, and you could see it in this match right now. These women were wrestling their ass off, you know, like these women are sometimes better than some of the men in the AEW roster, in the WWE one as well. NXT too, because those guys are, I'm not gonna lie, they're not ready for NXT or TV. But yeah, these women are amazing. They're veterans. They're like 15 years in the wrestling profession. And I guess the Ring of Honor crowd really liked Serenade. But when Mercedes Martinez won, they were all liking her. So it was kind of weird. But yes, Mercedes Martinez was able to get the W with her finisher. And after that, you know how you have to, you know, follow the rule of honor and you could shake your opponent's hand. They instead went for the hug. So it seems that they're best friends. They just had a little spat. Maybe Serenade just felt a little bit of you know, insecurity because, you know, she was tag teaming with the world champion. So that was probably it. After that, we get into the semi-main event as Samoa Joe, your Ring of Honor TV champion, takes on Jay Lethal. This has been going on ever since April, I would say. After Jay Lethal turned heel and teamed up with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh, he went for Samoa Joe, basically saying that when he was on his own and finally broke out, he idolized Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe never gave him the time because he was busy, you know, doing his own thing, and he never had time for his protege, and he wanted to stick it to Samoa Joe. But because he was losing as a babyface, he decided to turn heel. Samoa Joe said that he's just disappointed that Jay Lethal had to, you know, stoop to this level, getting the giant Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt to do his dirty business. But yeah, after, you know, the match continues, it starts with a brawl. So this match just goes on with a brawl. It was like the first, literally almost the first 1/3 of the match was a whole brawl. Outside, Jay Lethal went attacking the shoulder that was injured that Samoa Joe had when he hit him with the lead pipe. Jay Lethal, this match was amazing, by the way. Another amazing match. Jay Lethal was almost able to get W, but when he was trying to go for the lethal injection, Samoa Joe was able to reverse that into the coquina clutch. Jay Lethal tapped out. Samoa Joe wins the match. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And it's not even the main event. Well, now it is, because the main event is for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships as FTR go against the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay Briscoe, in a 2 out of 3 falls. This match was almost an hour. It was like a 50-minute match, and this match was amazing. I can't even go talk about it blow for blow. You know, I'll give a little bit of my thoughts on the match, but this match, if you think the match in April, I believe, but if you think that match at Supercard of Honor was amazing, this match was incredible. It was probably the best one because it added a stipulation, but it wasn't too, you know, extreme, like a ladder match or tables match or something like that. This match was amazing. These guys really looked like they wanted to beat each other up, and it was interesting in the ending, but this match was amazing. The Briscoes were dominant for the first half, I'm not gonna lie. The Briscoes were able to get the W as they hit the Doomsday Device to Dax Harwood, so they were able to get the first pin. After a little bit of scuttle, you see Dax Harwood's chest, it's so red, it starts to bleed, everybody's bleeding. I think the way they get the second pin is they were able to like do a couple of reverses and all this stuff and send Mark Briscoe out of there and hit Jay Briscoe with the not the Doomsday Device, the Big Rig, aka the Shatter Machine. It was amazing. Everybody popped. This was the match of the night, and it deserves it because this match was amazing. You know, as I said about Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman, where they were professional but also a little bit of fan reaction, where they were trying to keep it professional, but because this match was so intense, they were like, holy shit, this match was amazing, oh my god, I want to see it more. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see this match again and again. This match was definitely candidate for match of the year. Definitely. If not the best tag team, you know, match of the year, it's in contender of just matches of the year. I don't watch anything from Japan or Impact or stuff in NXT, I guess, but besides Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, I don't see any other thing that could qualify to be match of the year except for this, and it already topped the one that was in contender for match of the year with the original. So yes, my favorite part was the ending where Dax Harwood, after a long struggle, was able to hit Jay Briscoe with a top rope pile driver, and he rolls him up with his foot. He was so tired he couldn't move his body, he just put his foot on Jay Lethal's body and gets the 3 count. Everybody popped. This was the match of the year almost. Like I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to start like like editing part of the video, but I was just so into the match, I just stopped everything what I was doing and I just continued watching it. And when the ring announcer Bobby Cruz was talking about how 30 minutes remaining, 30 minutes has passed, I was like, really? You can tell the match is amazing when 30 minutes, 20 minutes has passed and you're still interested in the match. That's how you can tell that's a great match. It's really interesting. Everybody was into it, because there are some matches where there's like a little bit of people where they were like or they were just bored. Everybody almost was like collectively chanting FTR, Briscoes, Ring of Honor, Top Guys, all this stuff. And yeah, FTR gets the W with the top rope pile driver. After that, FTR basically bring up the Briscoes and talk to them and said, we don't care if you hate us or anything. That was a hell of a match. I want you to shake my hand. The Briscoes do shake their hand and they're like angry. They just leave. And it's cool because the Briscoes apparently have signed a contract only to Ring of Honor. Now, depending if Ring of Honor is going to be in a TNT TBS network, we might see them in AEW, but if it's somewhere else, or if it's online only, or if it's in another channel, it seems that we might not be able to see the Briscoes in Ring of Honor, in a non-Ring of Honor, in AEW. And it sucks, but the fact that they're still in the AEW umbrella, we could still see Briscoes and Young Bucks, Briscoes and Swerve in Our Glory, Briscoes and the Acclaimed, for example. We could still see those matches. The Briscoes is definitely a good tag team that Tony Khan should definitely invest in and get, because they definitely need veterans to improve the young ones and to just bring out good wrestling. After that, Dax Harwood cut a promo and said, you could call me a fucking mark because I love professional wrestling. This is my passion, next to my family, of course, but he loves wrestling. He goes out and hugs everybody with like a FTR shirt, a 7-star shirt. He goes out and just gives them a hug and says, thank you for supporting us. He says that he's talked enough about his family and says he's gonna talk about his other, passionate thing, which is the audience, and says, I love you. Cash Wheeler agrees. And before signing off, we get to see the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuda and William Regal out there giving FTR a standing ovation. So I wonder if we're gonna get, FTR versus Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuda and Jon Moxley, a combination of those members. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna see FTR versus Young Bucks, but apparently we're not getting that, as they're gonna bring in the AEW 6-man tag titles and they're gonna team up with Omega. If that happens, it's kind of a shame, because I think Tony Khan wanted that to be the blow off at All Out, but because of that, we might be able to see something else, or just wait for it eventually. I'm not gonna lie, I heard of it. It's some sort of politics reason. I don't know. I'm honestly don't care about that. I only care about what was the match of the night and possibly match of the year. FTR versus Briscoes was amazing. If Ring of Honor ever comes out, on a TV deal, I might even do a review on the Ring of Honor TV, show, because it interests me. I'm not gonna lie, Ring of Honor is kind of an underrated promotion. It always has good wrestling. It has this code of honor that tries to make it legitimate and doesn't fool around like WWE or is bipolar as AEW. I think this is probably the best form of wrestling old school wrestlers and new school wrestlers might like, and hopefully they don't just turn it into a developmental place where they just get their people that have signed but don't have enough experience. They send on a Ring of Honor. I mean, that's why you have AEW Dark and Elevation. Don't use that. Have some people that have potential to get over in AEW Dynamite, but you send them to Ring of Honor just to get, a foot in. Kind of like developmental, but not really. Don't just bring in, a guy who just got out of the Nightmare Factory. Get someone who's been in the, wrestling business for 2-3 years and wants to prove themselves. Guys like Takeshita, Wheeler Yuda, Daniel Garcia, guys that have experience but are starting to barely get over. Send them to Ring of Honor and they could be a world champion, TV champion, and you can get people that I guess have experience and can't get over by themselves. Send them to Ring of Honor, like a Mercedes Martinez or even a Jay Lethal. So that's basically it for the Ring of Honor debut. I'm waiting for the Ring of Honor TV channel. It's probably going to be the best promotion out there, with a big budget. I like MLW, but its budget is ass. WWE is too weird, even with the certain allegations and Triple H being involved now. And AEW is so bipolar. I can't really trust it. So yeah, Ring of Honor TV, whenever it comes out, I might give it a watch. That's pretty much it. See ya.